Let's get real for a moment. The reason most people struggle with manifestation isn't because they're doing it wrong. It's because they keep negotiating with what they see. They keep reacting to the world in front of them instead of commanding the one within them. Your 3D reality, everything you can see, touch, and experience, is not the full picture. It's just a projection of past beliefs, past emotions, and past self-concepts. It's the echo of who you used to be. But when you don't know that, you start believing that what's in front of you is permanent. And that belief is what keeps you stuck. The trap of the physical world. Here's the trap. You visualize, you meditate, you feel powerful for a moment, and then something happens. A text, a bill, a rejection, a reminder of the old story. And suddenly your mind starts to doubt. You begin to question whether manifestation even works. You start reacting to what you see instead of holding the image of what you want. That's the moment most people lose their power. Because the instant you respond to the illusion, you reinforce it. You start negotiating with the very version of reality you're trying to transcend. The truth is, your external world isn't the authority. Your internal world is. But the physical realm is seductive. It looks solid, it feels real, and it demands your attention. It's like being inside the most advanced video game imaginable. The graphics are perfect, the sensations are convincing, and every emotion feels personal. But just like a game, the external world only reflects the inputs you've already given it. The problem is that most people forget they're the ones holding the controller. How the ego hijacks the process. So why do we react so easily to the 3D world? It's because of the ego mind, the part of you that wants proof, patterns, and logical consistency. The ego scans your environment, not constantly trying to verify if things are working. And when it doesn't see evidence of progress, it panics. It tries to fix, to control, to analyze, anything to feel safe again. But here's what you need to understand. The ego lives in the past. It operates from memory, not imagination. It's running on old data, old fears, and outdated programming. So when you react to your environment, you're reacting from memory, not creation. And that's exactly how you recreate the same experiences over and over again. The real source of power, the creative mind, your higher self, intuition, imagination, whatever name you give it, doesn't operate that way. It doesn't need proof because it knows it's the source of all proof. It doesn't wait for the external to change. It changes internally first. The creative mind doesn't argue with the 3D, it leads it. It creates from intention, not reaction. And when you hold your focus in that creative state long enough, the outer world has no choice but to follow. It's not magic, it's physics. The energy of thought eventually hardens into matter. So ask yourself this: are you letting the ego interpret your world for you, or are you allowing your creative mind to design it? Because you can't serve both. You either react to what you see, or you command what you see. Reality as a feedback loop. Think of your 3D life as a feedback loop. Every situation, person, or challenge that appears is giving you information about what's still active in your subconscious. It's not here to punish you, it's here to mirror you. So when something unwanted shows up, instead of spiraling or fighting it, see it for what it is: a delayed echo, a reflection of who you used to be. Arguing with it is like arguing with your shadow. The shadow only exists because of where the light once was. When you shift the source, your perception, the shadow must change. This is why reacting to your circumstances keeps them alive. The moment you stop treating them as facts, you strip them of power. You take your authority back. Commanding the simulation. Here's the game changer. You can reprogram the simulation. Every time you refuse to react to an old pattern and instead reaffirm your new identity, you rewrite the code. You tell the subconscious mind, "This is who I am now." And reality begins to align itself to match that new frequency. You stop chasing proof. You stop begging the 3D to show you signs. You stop asking, "When will it happen?" Because you already know it's happening through you, not to you. I personally live by one phrase: I do not negotiate with 3D reality. That becomes your mental posture. your energetic stance. It means I refuse to let old evidence dictate my new identity. From that point on, you're not reacting, you're leading. You become the cause, not the effect. And life begins to rearrange itself to reflect your certainty. How to override the 3D in the moment. But what do you do in the heat of the moment? When something unexpected hits and emotions rise, what then? Here's a simple, powerful process. Pause. Don't react immediately. Take a breath and observe what's happening without judgment. Acknowledge the trigger. Reprogramming. Recognize that your body is responding to an old program, not the truth of who you are now. Ask one question. Is this evidence of who I was or who I've chosen to become? That one question is the reset button. It reminds your subconscious that you're no longer that old version. Return to your vision. Close your eyes, reconnect with your future self, and hold that feeling as real. Because whatever you feel is real begins to take form in the outer world. Do this consistently, and you'll start to notice subtle shifts. People respond differently. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. Your emotions stabilize. Why? Because you stop negotiating with a version of reality that was never meant to define you. Training your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion. Every time you choose faith over fear, calm over chaos, creation over reaction, you're training your subconscious to follow your lead. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. You might still feel the pull of the old world. But that's just inertia, the mind's resistance to change. Keep going, and soon the new identity becomes automatic. The version of you who doubted, who reacted, who questioned your power, dissolves naturally. You evolve into the version who commands, creates, and leads reality from within. Rewriting the script. Think of it like upgrading software. The old system, the reactive mind, keeps running the same commands until you override it with a new program, the conscious creator. And you do that through deliberate thought, language, and emotion. Every time you say, I decide who I am, I decide how life responds to me, I do not negotiate with what I've outgrown. You're rewriting the script of your reality. And over time, the 3D that once felt so rigid starts to bend. Because it has no choice but to reflect the dominant vibration you hold. Becoming the cause. From this point forward, your only task is to remain loyal to your inner vision. When the old world tries to test you, smile. Recognize it for what it is, a test of consistency. Don't react. Reaffirm. Your new reality doesn't need proof. It just needs you to stop doubting. You are the cause, and life is the effect. You are the programmer, and reality is the screen. So when you wake up each morning, remind yourself, my world is catching up to my decision. That's not delusion, that's conscious creation. The more you live from that awareness, the more momentum builds behind it. Soon, positive experiences will start appearing faster than you can track. And you'll realize the 3D never had control. You did. Final activation. So take a deep breath right now. Feel your body ground into this moment and silently affirm, I no longer negotiate with 3D reality. I create my world with my imagination, my belief, and my decision. Anything that doesn't align with who I'm becoming is instantly revised in my mind. Let that statement settle into you. Because the moment you stop reacting to life, life begins reacting to you. From now on, your reality will rise to match your vibration, not the other way around. You are no longer trying to fit into your environment. You are expanding it with your presence. This is what true quantum manifestation means. Taking your power back from appearances and returning it to where it always belonged, within you.